So we preached at different churches. Um, One was actually in Cataño right now. One was in Cataño, and we preached over in Bayamón at la Iglesia Defensores de la Fe. Ellos they have like a fasting and prayer in the morning on Wednesdays, and it's a television program and a radio program all encapsulated in one. So the service, the time for prayer, and I think at 8 they start with a service that they actually transmit on the radio and on TV, and I got the opportunity to preach in that event. God moved in a powerful way. There's some clips here and there of it. When I go to preach, I just go and preach and do what I do and head out. But it was really cool to see God move in the different churches. This was not the original plan. I'm preaching again Sunday here at this church. We got so much going on with family and stuff, and one of the churches I went to, God told me that this was part of His plan. Not the family stuff alone, but to use me in the middle of adversity, and that He understood how I felt. Man, this has been tough. Tougher than I would want it to be. So anyway, that's in a nutshell, in a small amount of words. It's been difficult, but God's been faithful. We have seen His hand. We have seen Him provide. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. Right now, I just got out of trying to figure something out, see what our options are for something we're trying to do, and I'm gonna head back. Not preaching tonight, as far as I know. Today's Thursday. Not preaching Friday. Not preaching Saturday, as far as I understand it. Just preaching Sunday. So, just kind of sharing a little bit of what we do, or what we've been doing. I went from just being here and taking care of helping my wife taking care of my mother-in-law to preaching almost every day, twice yesterday on a Wednesday, which was different. And the funny thing is that the church I went to preach at yesterday is part of an organization that when I was down in the dumps, that organization helped me. It wasn't that church in particular, but brothers from that organization helped me out, and I still have some strong ties to some brothers that are still part of that organization. One of them, he's a pastor of their main church, He's the pastor. He's the pastor now. It's crazy to me, right? They have churches in different parts of the states and all that, and my dude is like the main pastor now. So I was able to preach in one of his churches, and it wasn't through him. I haven't even seen him, but I was able to preach in one of his churches, and I got a chance to be on television and technically speak to the island. It wasn't primetime TV or anything like that, but it's a well-known program. They're also in the northeastern part of the U.S. And so it was kind of like Daystar or something like that, Puerto Rican version. Anyway, it was cool. And so just trusting God, really. My feelings are all over the place right now. Got a lot of feelings. They're just all over the place. My mind isn't, but my feelings. We've been able to just bring them to God and ask God for help, But I'm sharing this because I want you to know that sometimes your feelings are going to be all over the place too. And it's not easy. You still got to serve. You still got to trust. You still got to give a word. And it's hard sometimes. And so I'm documenting this as I'm feeling it. And it's just been tough. My kids have been a blessing. One way or the other, they've cooperated. Some more than others, for sure. But everybody has something going on, you know. God has touched churches out here to be a blessing to us. And he's really just shown us that he's the provider, not where we think provision is going to come from, but that he's the provider. And that's a lesson that I've learned in this process that's impressive, because my flesh was acting up, and my thoughts were just trying to get out of control, and the Lord immediately brought me back to the fact that he's the provider, no one else but him. So it's definitely been an adventure. A lot of roller coaster rides in this one. Ministerially, he's hooked me up with some guys pretty cool guys. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm walking around with a guy that used to be a professional basketball player here on the island. And there's a guy that's walking with me. I'm walking with them, actually. Every church we go to, everybody knows him. And last night I asked him, hey, man, why does every church we go to, everybody knows? And he paused for a minute. And I said, as a pastor, I observe stuff. And he started laughing. He said, I'm just popular. Just popular. But then he talked last night, and I think I caught on. He mentioned a ministry here that he used to work with. There's two ministries in particular, and both are huge ministries here in the island. They're iconic ministries in the island. So he said he worked on both ministries. And he shared with me something personal, which I can't get into detail, but he did work for a major corporation that we have out in the States. And he was one of the sales, the buyers. So basically, when you go to a big brand name store and they have something that they're selling, someone makes a decision of what's going to be sold at that store. And he was one of those guys. And so he's retired now. Real nice guy. And the rest of the guys too. The guy, the brother that's been calling churches and letting them know, hey, pastor's here, if you want to have them, this and the other. Amazing guys. It's been pretty cool. I haven't done this in a while, so I've enjoyed it. And I've noticed that the style is different, the way of ministering is different. It's been bittersweet. How about that? Anyway, I got some stuff to do. Pastor Lydia is definitely waiting for me. She's gonna try to figure out when did you record this. I gotta go. God bless.